In the mist-covered mountains of China, where bamboo forests stretch endlessly across rolling hills, a quiet life begins. Hidden beneath layers of soft fur, in a sheltered den of rock and trees, a newborn panda takes its very first breath. It is tiny, almost unbelievably small, blind, helpless, fragile. At birth, a giant panda cub is no larger than a stick of butter. And yet, this tiny creature will one day grow into one of the most iconic animals on Earth. But survival is not guaranteed. In fact, for a panda cub, life begins as a challenge. Because in the wild, only the strongest, the luckiest, and the most protected make it through those first few weeks. This is the story of a panda's life, a journey of survival, adaptation, and quiet resilience. And it begins here, in silence. The newborn panda cannot see. It cannot walk. It cannot even regulate its own body temperature. It depends entirely on its mother. The mother panda, massive and powerful compared to her cub, moves carefully, gently. Every movement matters, because one wrong step could mean the end of her newborn's life. For the first few days, she barely eats, she barely moves. Her entire world becomes this tiny cub. She holds it close, keeping it warm, listening for its faint cries. In the cold mountain environment, warmth is life, and she becomes that warmth. As days pass, the cub begins to grow, slowly. Its pink skin starts developing soft white fur, followed by the distinctive black patches around its eyes, ears, and limbs, the markings that will one day make it instantly recognizable. But right now, it is still weak, still vulnerable, still completely dependent. The mother panda rarely leaves the den. Even hunger is secondary, because in this stage of life, protection is everything. Outside the den, the world is unpredictable. Predators may not actively hunt panda cubs often, but danger still exists. Cold temperatures, accidents, separation. Any of these can end the story before it even begins. So the mother waits. She listens, she watches, and she protects. Weeks pass. The cub begins to open its eyes. For the first time, it sees the world around it. A blurred, soft, green-tinted world. Shapes begin to form. Light begins to make sense. And slowly, the cub starts to move. Tiny steps, unsteady, curious. This is the beginning of independence. But independence comes slowly for pandas. Unlike many animals, pandas grow at a gentle pace. There is no rush, no sudden transformation. Everything unfolds gradually. The cub begins to recognize its mother, to follow her scent, to respond to her sounds. This bond is critical, because in the wild, learning from the mother is the only way to survive. After several months, the cub becomes more active. It starts to crawl outside the den. The forest opens up. Fresh air, soft sunlight filtering through bamboo leaves, sounds of birds, wind moving through trees. This is the panda's first real introduction to its environment, and it is unlike any other habitat on Earth. The bamboo forest is calm, but it is also demanding. Food is abundant, yet limited, because bamboo, the primary food of pandas, is not very nutritious, which means survival depends on consistency, on patience, on routine. But the cub doesn't know that yet. Right now, everything is new. Everything is fascinating. It tumbles, it rolls, it explores. Sometimes clumsy, sometimes playful. This is the stage of discovery, where curiosity drives movement, and movement builds strength. The mother watches closely. She allows exploration, but never too far, because even in this peaceful forest, danger can exist. Falling from trees, getting lost, becoming too weak. Every step matters. Every moment shapes survival. As months pass, the cub becomes stronger. Its legs become more stable, its movements more confident, and slowly it begins to learn one of the most important skills of all: climbing. Trees offer safety, perspective, and escape. A young panda learns to climb early, using its strong limbs and sharp claws. At first, it struggles, it slips, it hesitates, but over time, it improves, and with each climb, confidence grows. This is how survival begins, not through speed, not through strength, but through learning, through patience, through adaptation. And as the cub continues to grow, its journey is only just beginning, because the next challenge is coming, and it will shape the rest of its life. Food. Not just eating, but understanding how to survive on one of the most unusual diets in the animal kingdom. A diet that requires time, effort, and constant repetition. Because in the world of pandas, survival is not about chasing prey. It is about mastering stillness. And that lesson is just beginning.